Hello and welcome to Solent Sports News. Coming up on today's program, not united, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is sacked. Who is next in line to the throne? Saints lose in one of the several key matches where a manager has been installed. And the South Coast companies looking to turn up the heat on England's World Cup stars. Good afternoon. There's another managerial contract that everyone's talking about today. Who will replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United? A list of elite coaches are now being linked with the role, but who will end up at Old Trafford permanently and in the short term? With me now is our football correspondent, Matt Renton. So Matt, who are the names being mentioned and who are the names who are out?
Well, first of all, Michael Carrick, ex-player and current coach, took over on an interim basis. They're talking about keeping him until the end of the season, which is a bit of a gamble for me. I mean, it doesn't really make sense why they've sacked Solskjaer now. They should have done it 2 weeks ago during the international break. But now they've got number one target Pochettino from PSG, ex-Spurs manager. He's done wonders for Spurs in the Premier League. But it's going to be a big ask to step up to Man United when he hasn't really won any silverware. You've then got Zinedine Zidane from Real Madrid, linked with Manchester United, who's won it all, won Champions Leagues. And he's well sought after, currently out of work, so he'll be available at the end of the season. Then you look around, you've got Brendan Rodgers in the Premier League at Leicester, who's done a good rebuilding job there, but it's a big ask to step up to the biggest club in the world. And then Ten Hag from Ajax, young, exciting manager, but again, the Eredivisie isn't quite the Premier League, is it? So whoever they get, it's a risk, to be honest.
And do you think Cristiano Ronaldo takes this sacking personally as he was teammates with Ole Gunnar?
I think so, and I think he'll be thinking if Carrick gets it until the end of the season, just give me it. He would like the player manager role because Carrick hasn't got much experience either. It would be interesting to see if he does get reunited with Zinedine Zidane, ex-coach from Real Madrid, work together, won together, Champions League winners. So that could be something that materialises over the next few months, and that would definitely be exciting.
Well, thank you, Matt. We really do appreciate your insights, and we look forward to see what's going to happen at Man U.
Pleasure, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Maurizio Pochettino has been reported to be Manchester United's #1 choice to take over as manager. The Argentine is rumored to be willing to dump PSG for the Red Devils. The club has confirmed Michael Carrick will be in charge of upcoming fixtures. This includes a trip to Villarreal tomorrow and at London to face Chelsea on Sunday. Fans are still in shock at the news.
I was actually really rooting. I was just saying to you, I was actually rooting for Solskjaer, but yeah, I think it's time now.
It needed to come, so the results were not good at all.
He's done well with us, but he definitely could have done better.
It's a sorry day, but you know, all things must come to an end, and it's only upwards. It's only upwards. It's got to go up.
One man who could have gone to United, Antonio Conte, he chose Spurs, and the Italian got his first Premier League win last night. Tottenham had to come from behind to beat Leeds. Sergio Reguilón's first goal for the club also was the match winner. Spurs travel to Slovenia this week in the Europa Conference League. Southampton faced a new manager too over the weekend. Dean Smith took charge of Norwich for the first time. Saints went ahead early on through Che Adams, but the new manager bounced help the Canaries. They ended up winning 2-1. Norwich are now off the bottom of the table. Saints are 13th. Ralph Hasenhüttl was frustrated with how the game panned out. Southampton's women's team have lost for the first time this season. They played a hard-fought game against the National League Southern Premier table leaders, Ipswich Town. Saints lost 2-0. Natasha Thomas and Zoe Barrett both scored goals for the Blues. However, they're still in position to get promoted to the Super League table. England manager Gareth Southgate has signed a new contract with the Three Lions. It was previously set to expire after the World Cup finals in Qatar next year, but has been extended to December 2024. Southgate led England to the semi-final of the 2008 World Cup and the final of Euro 2020.
England's been a massive part of my life. Supporter, player, and under-21 manager and now manager. Really looking forward to the next few years. We hope that we can create some more memories as we have over the last few years. And we're very much looking forward to leading the team into Qatar next winter.
A leading sports scientist from Dessort believes England can have an advantage over other teams at next year's World Cup in Qatar. The three Lions will be exposed to temperatures in the mid to late 30s next year. Andy Blow runs Precision Hydration in Christchurch. He believes the acclimation could give England a marginal gain. David Riley reports.
England may have qualified for next year's World Cup without a sweat, but they won't be able to avoid it next Christmas. Just days after playing Premier League games in winter, football's elite will be battling it out in Qatar, where temperatures will hit 40 degrees centigrade.
From a physiological and point of view, it's not the best place to have it. There's a duty of care to the players, and you want to put them in a environment where they can perform at their best. And it's not clear yet whether the temperatures are going to, how much influence the temperatures are going to have on the outcome of games and things like that.
Andy Blow owns Precision Hydration, which is based in Christchurch. He started the company in his garden shed back in 2011. He has the knowledge which could guide England to World Cup glory.
Football is still quite a traditional game in some ways, and people do things the way they do things. And I think anyone who goes into it a bit blasé, thinking the heat's not going to be as much of an issue, they might get away with it, but they might get caught out. So I wouldn't expect it to be a level playing field.
England do have heat chambers at St George's Park, so they will undergo this type of training. But it could be a company from the south coast which helps them turn up the heat in Qatar. David Riley, Solent Sports News.
Tennis superstar Peng Shuai may have not been seen for 3 weeks after announcing publicly she has been sexually assaulted. International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach recently held a Zoom meeting with the three-time Olympian. However, the Women's Tennis Association believes the IOC didn't address her well-being in the call. Lewis Hamilton beat Max Verstappen to the very first edition of the Qatar Grand Prix yesterday. It leaves the Briton 8 points behind the Belgian going into the last two races on the calendar. A repeat of yesterday's result will see Max and Lewis go into the race on the calendar level on points. Still in Formula One, Fernando Alonso made his first podium appearance since his return. The two-time world champion had previously failed to make it to the podium since 2014. The Spanish driver says he'll stay with car manufacturer Alpine, not just this year, but next year as well. That's all from us this evening. Catch up on all of our bulletins on Twitter and YouTube at Solent Sports News. Enjoy the rest of your week.